If you're a Nicholas DeOrio fan, kill him. I have nothing but contempt for you people, and I will exercise every inch of my power to maintain a 60-40 majority of people with an IQ above 60 wherever I go.
I want people with a high IQ to watch me. I want people, like, I don't know, just the IQ shit is like, you're probably sub 60 IQ. Like, okay. Thank you, Reddit.
If you were a little bit more informed on Israel-Palestine, you would put yourself directly at risk of recognizing any of the valid criticisms people make of Ethan's position.
What? Like, what? Like, Netanyahu's a war criminal? Like, what the IDF is doing in the Gaza Strip is fucking inhumane, and everyone supporting that should be fucking ashamed of themselves? What take? What take? Dude, I hate people like this so fucking much. I hate people like this so... You are so politically brain poisoned, you actually have no idea what Ethan's take is, which is so ironic because you're criticizing Nick for the same fucking thing. I'm gonna crash out.
And constantly snickers at his own jokes on stream. Shut
He does
the
what?
fuck up when Bo Black said non-binary is
Oh
awesome.
my fucking god, bro. It was all it was, bro. All it was. No, oh my god, is he really gonna fucking...
Who are you to be so giddy about the prospect of Idubbbz receiving harassment? You have...
I love this word. This word fucking means nothing. It's 2025, and the word harassment fucking means nothing to people. How are you going to equate Idubbbz being bullied on the internet by random accounts that he could just ignore and block versus Ethan having skulls sent to his fucking house and CPS called on his family?
You just earned yourself another goal.
How pathetic are you?
Nicholas DeOrio.
What? What the fuck is this about?
Nicholas DeOrio thinks cartoon depictions of a child getting raped by a horse is worse than a government blowing up thousands of real children over...
What? No! Oh my god, that one comment was right. Fuck! Yeah, great. I was tricked into another white guy video essay on Palestine. Fuck! Where is it? Dude, there's this fucking crazy... I saw like the first few minutes of this video. This guy, this bro really is like... This fucking dude is like... I don't know. He could be trolling. He could be trolling. But I just think it's kind of unhinged. Like, the first few minutes of your video is like, if you unironically watch Nicholas DeOrio, you should kill yourself. Just like really based. Listen, he makes good drama slop. He makes good drama slop. So
Who is this cute little lesbian and
how tight?
Who is this cute
okay.
little lesbian and how tight is her pussy?
The left has gone insane. Pedophilia is evil and Hassan bad.
I don't like that video.
I had to say that off the bat so that the histrionic paper-skinned
Wait, what? Ow! Oh my god. Okay.
evil and Hassan bad. I had to say that off the bat so that the histrionic paper-skinned commentary freaks wouldn't have a panic attack before they could grab their inhalers.
I don't think I've ever... I mean, maybe I'm just not, like, active in that sphere on Twitter. I mostly get, like, gaming-related shit posts, but sometimes I do get commentary stuff. I haven't seen anybody, like, flip out on people for, like, not clarifying Hassan bad when they're criticizing, like, Nick DeOrio or any of these people. Because, I mean... I suppose those people could exist, but I've never seen it personally.
I love criticizing people. We all do. I've criticized lots of people on this channel, and on more than one occasion, there have been enlightened, level-headed intellectuals and
Wait, oh my god, wait.
lots of people on this channel. And on more than one occasion, there have been enlightened...
Crazy work, my dude. It would have helped if it was a different topic, different narrator, different script, different channel, different emotion. Jesus.
level-headed...
Wait, based on what? What is this video from? Where are these comments coming from? Absolutely awful video. I'm more than halfway through, and what exactly are the points you're trying to argue? The Jack... Oh, that Jack tries to help other creators? Wait, who? Wait, what? Okay.
intellectuals in my
don't
comment section ready to happily share their nuance with me. I've never been under the delusion...
Okay. Also, dude, I get comments like this sometimes, where it's just people shitting on me or shitting on my opinions. Like, I feel so worthless, like, calling it out, almost. Like, I don't understand the point of doing that. I don't understand the point of doing that.
that might take...
Because it's just like, if someone's gonna comment something like this, like, look, if you're against Ethan in this saga, you're a bad person. Like, why give this person any attention? This person's obviously retarded. This person's obviously dumb. You can criticize Ethan and Hassan. You can have problems with what both these people are doing, but not give a fuck enough to take a side, right?
In my comment section ready to happily share their nuance with me. I've never been under the delusion that my takes will be popular, so I don't care if people shit on me for them, because at the end of the day, I'm still right and
you're putting it on blast.
Or not. While I might hold off on giving my opinions about every
like you can't argue that you don't give a fuck when you're like you went out of your way to take screenshots of those comments and put them in your video.
Single creator right off the bat. I also don't like to just criticize people based on what's popular or safe. I'd rather just read Wikipedia articles on stream at that point. So yeah, I already know people are gonna cry because I'm criticizing Nicholas DeOrio, because apparently Nicholas DeOrio isn't always the safest option to make a video on. I'm aware. I don't care. If you have a problem with this, go watch him instead.
I would say, okay, no. I would say I'll give this guy credit where credit is due. Nick is also not above any criticism. I think it's kind of cringe, like how much he's been dick riding Ethan this whole thing. Like Ethan, Ethan has obviously been like wrongfully attacked at multiple points in the whole fucking drama, but he hasn't done himself any favors in reacting that the way he has to people's communities. Right? Because it's one thing to respond to Denims because Denims is talking specifically about Ethan, but I feel like Ethan puts way too much emphasis on other people's communities when you could just like, well, hold on. And then I got to caveat that because obviously the snark community is going after him and CPS, all that fucking stupid shit is happening because of those communities, right? So it is reasonable to go after those communities, but I've seen him do it multiple times where like he would put like way too much emphasis on other people's communities when it's just not relevant. I just feel like you're kind of like, at some point you kind of just have to like not say anything, right? And Ethan hasn't really done that. And it's why this has been dragged out for as long as it has. Right. Granted, the other side is also instigating Ethan, but it's just, I don't know. I'm honestly just kind of sick and seeing the fucking drama in my feed.
He'll tell you exactly everything you want to hear. This isn't a safe space for you jack-offs. Because let me be absolutely...
To be honest, I think the only reason Nick is writing Ethan because he doesn't like Hassan, but if he doesn't say anything at all, he gets criticized anyways. Maybe. I honestly think Nick is doing it because it's just like, well, I get a lot of viewers from it. I get a lot of donos from it. A lot of people from H3's audience see my shit. A lot of people, Yeet is clipping me, and because I am following this big drama that's going on, he has no incentive not to incessantly cover the Ethan Hassan shit, right? But I do think there are moments where I feel like, you know, he could be a little bit more critical of Ethan, definitely.
Clear. I have nothing but contempt for you people, and I will exercise every inch of my power to maintain a 60-40 majority of people with an IQ above 60 wherever I go, no matter how many 10-7s you try to commit in my comment section.
I want people with a high IQ to watch me.
Like, okay, yeah, you're so fucking smart, okay? I don't, like, it's just so stupid to say that out loud. Like,
I want people,
like, I don't know, just the IQ shit is like,
you're probably sub 60 IQ.
Like, okay, thank you, Reddit.
For all the goys who didn't catch that, here's a translation. If you're a Nicholas DeOrio fan, kill your...
Like, and this is where I paused. I was watching this video. That's where I paused. And I was like, okay, I need to watch this on stream. It's just so like needlessly aggressive for like no reason. I mean, it could be like clickbaity, like rage baity almost kind of shit. But like, I do want to see if there's actual like good criticism of Nick here.
Dude, they've done it again. They've tricked me into watching another Israel-Palestine
Be a war crime. It literally...
I have learned nothing. Everything I've learned is against my will, dude. They've tricked me yet again.
What you're basically saying is you're completely uninformed on the actual reason there was an entire falling out between Hassan and Ethan in the...
What? It has nothing to do with Israel. It actually, funnily enough, the Israel-Palestine context, the whole Israel-Palestine conflict is subtextual to the actual drama itself. This literally happened because Ethan unfollowed Frogan. That is where all of this fucking shit started. Okay? That is where all of this shit fucking started. And whether or not Ethan is more or less right on the Israel-Palestine conflict has nothing to do with the fact that people are calling CPS on him. Like, this is just, okay, no, that's stupid. That's fucking dumb. All right.
First place. You don't actually know why they disagree or why Ethan is getting shit at all. You can scoff, but the reality is that there's historical context behind this YouTuber beef, and you're proudly announcing...
There's historical context, man. And like it legitimately doesn't matter if Ethan is correct or not in the with the Israel-Palestine conflict. I think he is correct, but it ultimately doesn't fucking matter because to the extent of how this drama has proceeded, it literally has fucking nothing to do with his takes on Israel-Palestine. It has nothing to do with it at all. Literally nothing. Like,
you don't even want to learn about that. Of course, there is a very logical explanation to all of this. If you were a little bit more informed on Israel-Palestine, you would put yourself directly at risk of recognizing any of the valid criticisms people make of Ethan's position, which you
what? Like what? Like Netanyahu's a war criminal? Like what the IDF is doing in the Gaza Strip is fucking inhumane, and everyone supporting that should be fucking ashamed of themselves? What take? What take? Dude, I hate people like this so fucking much. I hate people like this so you are so politically brain poisoned. You actually have no idea what Ethan's take is, which is so ironic because you're criticizing Nick for the same fucking thing. I'm gonna crash out.
really mean to say is that you don't want to learn about this conflict, because if you were to approach this,
I want to hear him say, what is Ethan's take? What about Ethan's take on the Israel-Palestine conflict is objectively wrong? What? And something that he hasn't already corrected, mind you, too, okay? Something that he hasn't already corrected.
entire situation with
Like, what is he currently asserting about the conflict that is fucking wrong? What? He debated Hassan about it. He debated fucking, what's his name? Majority Report guy, Sam Cedar. He debated Sam Cedar on it. He gave his arguments and he justified his fucking arguments in those fucking debates. Now it's up to you to prove him wrong. Why hasn't anybody done that? Why is it just asserting that he's fucking wrong? This whole shit is so stupid. It's so fucking dumb. It's literally, I don't like Nicholas DeOrio because he's not pandering to my political beliefs. This is, I could already get a sense that this is what this video is. Hold on, actually. Let me walk that back. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't jump the gun. Okay. Maybe there is actual legitimate criticisms here. Okay. So we didn't just pass the law that banned OnlyFans for what? Wait, hold on. Sweden? Sweden is like one of the most sex positive, like European countries out there, I think, right? Like what? That's kind of weird.
With any objectivity, you might have to stake out an actual position and jeopardize your current perch on Ethan's hog. So fuck it. Just pretend the
Wait, what? Dude, I feel like, no, I don't know every single tiny little fucking detail about the Israel-Palestine conflict, but I've watched people debate about it, and I do have a passing political interest in shit. I just don't want to involve it in my fucking YouTube channel shit. I'm fairly certain, unironically, Nick would just agree with Ethan, not because of any other, like, subtextual reason, but literally because, like, when you break down what the conflict is and how it all started, everyone, the normal conclusion to come to is that the IDF are fucking horrible for their apartheid on Gaza and putting that pressure on Gazans and Palestinians for well over a decade at this point, for fucking no reason other than we want to hold this territory because it makes us more powerful, it makes us more influential, or whatever the fuck. And it has evolved into radicalizing Palestinians into joining terrorists like Hamas, which then conducted the October 7th attack, right? Both of these fucking people are bad. Both sides are unironically fucking bad, okay? Now, you can argue that October 7th, you could understand why October 7th happened, just like you can understand why 9/11 happened. That doesn't mean it's justified at all. That is not, there is nothing anybody can say to make me think that October 7th was actually justified to attack civilians and shoot and kill children. You are psychotic. If you are thinking about trying to justify that, you are fucking psychotic. You are actually a psychopath.
The entire thing is stupid and proudly announce that you don't know anything at all. Of course, the catch with this tactic is that you actually have to shut your mouth when you don't know what you're talking about. But if you did that, you wouldn't be able to contribute to the Yoslighting, which got Ethan thinking an anime sword was an anti-Semitic dog whistle. As you can imagine, for a guy who loved—
Okay, the sword shit was really fucking stupid. I don't know why people harped on it for as long as they fucking did. Like, it's just so stupid. Like, it's Occam's razor. Like, I don't think they picked it up as a dog whistle. It seems to be the case that they picked it up because it was the most available fucking sword there. They wanted a little prop or whatever the fuck in their little photo shoot. They didn't think much of it, okay? Like, whether or not they recognized it was a swastika or not, there probably wasn't any fucking anti-Semitic intent behind that. people harping on it is just that part's stupid on both Ethan and fucking Nick's side. I just don't agree with it.
Loves to hear himself talk and constantly snickers at his own jokes on stream. Shut
does
the
what?
fuck up is almost impossible. So all you end up with is a blithering idiot who is incapable of hiding his blatant.
Isn't this kind of ableist? Like you're just like playing like a helpless fat man gorging himself. Like isn't this kind of like ableist? Like, you know, it's kind of fucked up. I feel like it's making fun of him because he's fat. That's fucked up, dude. Nah, I don't give a fuck. It's a cool sword. It's from Bleach, and I assume it's because whoever sword it was weeb. Yeah. Like, people harping on it, I don't think there's any anti-Semitic fucking shit behind it.
Hog riding because he's desperate to.
And I don't think, here's the thing, I don't think it was anti-Semitic for Ian to pick up that sword because I don't think Ian actually fucking understands this conflict at all. Ironically enough, what this guy is criticizing Nick for can literally be applied to Ian tenfold. I'm fairly certain Ian couldn't tell you the first fucking thing about the Israel-Palestine conflict. He couldn't tell you what is the right of return. Ian probably couldn't tell you that. What was the first intifada? He'd be like, what is that, like a Mexican dish or some shit? Like, he wouldn't fucking know. Like, it's just really like. But ultimately, when it comes to this conflict between Ethan and Hassan, like, you honestly, to God, do not need to know about the Israel conflict because it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter.
To push even the dumbest narratives as long as it benefits the streamer he has chosen to strap himself to. He doesn't care. In my experience, one of the greatest rules of the commentary space we occupy is that if you spot an act of soilentry in the wild, you get to feel very smug about yourself. That's how the game works. Someone gives a bland, unoriginal, progressive take, and you get to make fun of it because you're not soy. Everybody was wearing their very...
Maybe that's happened in the past. I mean, I've definitely, like, when I used to be like an anti-commentary fucking retard, like unironically, like it was just like, I'm political and I don't like the commentary bros because they're right wing or whatever. And it's like, when you actually hear these people talk, it's like, okay, no, they're not right wing, they're just fucking edgy. Like, that's literally it. But I understand his perspective, but it's just like, it's just out of ignorance. Like, I haven't, when in recent time has that happened? Like, oh, you're soy. Like, yeah, sure, people will make fun of you for doing like soy or cringe shit, but it's never. I mean, I don't know. I can't really speak for people. I don't know. I couldn't say why some people do it, but I know I would do it because I think it's funny. Because I laugh at myself when I do embarrassing shit, and I laugh at other people when they do embarrassing shit. Like, not that
smart
big of a deal.
thinking caps when Bo Black said non-binary is
Oh
awesome.
my fucking God, bro. It was all it was, bro. All it was. No, oh my God. Is he really gonna fucking... Bro. The Bo Black's crash out literally happened because Turkey Tom said, "I'm glad you chimed in." That's it. That's it. Is this morally grandstanding? Is this anti-soy grandstanding? Like, is that what that was?
And valid. That's a soy take, we all said. That's just a safe baseline statement you're making, so the queers will clap like seals and support you. At least that's what I was saying to myself. Why?
Wait, is he criticizing Bo? I don't get it. Wait, what?
Why were we all so capable of pointing this out? Was it our own intelligence? Our own capacity for observing a certain behavior?
Am I in the chat? Oh.
No, it's because Bo Black's is a
They them.
I mean, come the fuck on.
What? No, it couldn't possibly be because Bo Black's literally lied about BPD and was misleading everybody and trying to make excuses for his objectively shitty fucking behavior that he himself has admitted. He himself has admitted that he was fucking unhinged as fuck, okay? It has nothing to do with the fact that he's fucking non-binary, cross-dresser, AGP, whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with anything. It just makes it easier to make fun of him. There are actual legitimate criticism against Bo Blacks, and 99% of the time, that's what it is. If anything, in recent time, Nick has made fun of the fact that Bo Blacks is on the verge of homelessness than anything else. He really hasn't made fun of his non-binary shit. Like, when has Nick ever done that? Maybe it's just a passing thing. It's like, oh, it's not my thing, or like, oh, yeah, it's a bit cringe or whatever. Has he like, I don't know, has he lambasted Bo Blacks for being when has that happened? When does that happen?
Let's just call it what it is. He's a
They them.
people hate that. So when
They them.
gives a baseline, safe,
You're censoring faggot? Why are you censoring? You can say faggot. What the fuck?
unoriginal original take, it's soy. But because it's because Blacks is a
They them.
I mean, come the fuck on. Let's just call it what it is. He's a
They them.
people hate that. So when a
They them.
gives a baseline, safe, unoriginal take, it's soy. But because DeOrio's
I mean, if that really was the case, why has Augie never really like paid too much attention to it? Why is it that every time when the criticisms of Blacks comes up, they're not fucking talking about the non-binary shit like ever? They think it's weird. They think it's gross, sure. But they're always steering the conversation to let's talk about your actions. Let's talk about you lying about Nick being fucking content cop. Let's talk about you lying about being fucking manic or whatever the fuck. Let's talk about you trying to deliberately mislead people into believing that there was an excuse for you for acting unhinged. Let's criticize you for secretly recording lyrics and trying to fucking cancel him and shit like that. For what? For giving you valid criticisms for your like it's just so stupid. It's so stupid to pretend like Blacks is non-binary and he's actually above any fucking criticism that these people were actually levying. And everything has to do with the fact that he's just non-binary. He sold his stuff for real money.
tits are due to obesity and not estrogen. Because DeOrio's pallid, flabby, disgusting body is covered with a triple XL smock and not a dress. That makes it not soy when he repeats endlessly the same talking points about his son and his orbiters, which we've all heard a billion times.
I mean, yeah, it can be very redundant.
That's totally not safe, totally not baseline, definitely not something which will make an audience clap like seals. Why? Well, because Nick isn't a
Well, to be fair, Nick is like notoriously hated in like every other sector outside of commentary. Like I feel. Well, except for movie reviews. I mean, Mahler and his fucking people, EFAP people like Nick. But aside from that, like Nick is like notoriously hated for giving like hot takes on certain issues. Like when it comes to the Onision stuff, he was heavily critical of the anti-O people, right? Which everyone on Twitter at the time was like blindly just following the anti-O people and just being like, yes, queen, yes, queen, yes. But then like no one was actually criticizing what was actually happening in the background and realizing that, oh shit, the way these people are acting are kind of letting Onision get away with shitty fucking behavior, legally speaking, right? And then now Onision is a free man because fucking the Yas Queen anti-O fucking bullshit got out of hand, right? Like that's just a small fucking example, but I feel like Nick is willing to give hot takes where I feel it matters. You know, I mean, because also with Creator Clash too, he was also like, well, Creator Clash 2 too, right? But like he was also one of the handful of people that was giving meaningful fucking criticism, because there was a litany of people basically being Creator Clash sucks because Idubbbz is soy, but Nick had actual fucking criticisms for Creator Clash and was noticing the problems that were manifesting with the organization, and now look at it, it's in fucking shambles, and we're just now finding out that Ian and Anissa were taking 34% of their quote-unquote charity event. Like that is supposed to make any fucking sense at all. Like it's
They them.
In terms of giving safe baseline takes, Nick is the exact same thing as Blacks, but the entire
he's gonna love that comment.
community keeps him around anyway, because as long as you're not
They them.
they literally don't care at all about how safe.
Okay, to be honest, Nick sounds fruity as fuck, so that's just not true. Okay, if it really was a problem that the only reason Nick wasn't being kicked out is because he's not a fucking faggot, is just not, he sounds gay. Okay, am I the only person who thinks that? He sounds fruity as fuck. Okay, he sounds fruity. Okay, and I'm not gonna judge him for that because that would be rich, but come on.
Safe and unoriginal you are. In fact, they fucking love it. They love it when you just repeat the same thing over and over again. Just make a
You could also say the same thing about like the other side, right? Like, who the fuck is Sean the Black and why the hell is his name going around? Oh, because he's a seal clapping retard. He's just literally he's mindlessly repeating the talking points out there over and over and over and over again. Denims, same thing. Frogan, same thing. Even Hassan to some extent. He sees what other fucking far left people are saying online and he just repeats them without even thinking about it. And then when he gets confronted on his take, lo and behold, he actually doesn't know a fucking thing about the thing he says that he cares so much about, right? Like we saw from the debate with Ethan and Hassan. Like, I don't know if anybody saw that, but like Hassan was completely caught off guard about how much Ethan really knew about this event, and he wasn't able to address really anything without heavily obfuscating and deflecting to other shit because he knows he can't fucking answer the certain questions without it looking really fucking bad, right? The same criticism could be held to the other side. But no, let's hold them to a pedestal. Let's hold them to a pedestal, despite the criticisms that we're making against Nick literally apply to them too.
Video criticizing Hassan Piker and they will flock to you like you're the king of the Jews himself. Just don't give a positive opinion on anything gay. They love it when you just repeat the same thing over and over again. Just make a video criticizing Hassan Piker and they will flock to you like you're the king of the Jews himself. Just don't give a positive opinion on anything gay. Just don't say anything which a gay audience might applaud, and then boom.
Nick has openly said that he's like super pro-trans. He literally got into an argument with Tommy NC, or Shot from the Point, SFTP, right? He literally got into a fight and a fallout with Tommy because they disagreed over trans shit. Like, okay, yeah, that makes, yeah, you know what you're talking about. And to be fair, a lot of this is like super fucking niche things that are like really easy to miss, but I feel like if you're going to make a video like this, you should at least ask yourself before making the point in the video, is this wrong? How could this be wrong? How could this be easily proven wrong? And at least like dig into it a little bit, right? Like calling Nicholas DeOrio saying Nicholas DeOrio is held at a pedestal and that no one wants to criticize him because he's just mindlessly repeating talking points and he's not soy and he's not gay and he's not lib. It's just fucking stupid. It's just dumb. I've literally heard Nick give pro-trans talking points multiple fucking times throughout the past fucking year. Like, no, this is just stupid. This is fucking dumb. And this also doesn't make any fucking sense too because he was also buddy-buddy with fucking Destiny before that whole fucking shit blew up, right? So I don't understand how we're going to criticize Nick and say, like, Nick is actually a right-wing grifter, or like that's kind of the implication that I'm getting from this criticism, that he's a right-wing grifter and that he's not soy and he's fucking epic, but he says soy shit all the fucking time. Is Toki Boss in trouble for what? What did Toki do?
Now it's okay to be a soylent-riddled, unoriginal fucking pussy. Am I claiming there's a problem of homophobia in the commentary community? No, because I don't think this type of selective criticism is an explicit and conscious act done out of malice towards
the LGBT community.
Everybody has biases against people they think are freaks and towards people they find relatable. Whether
Toki's boss? Oh, Aiden? I have no idea. I'm honestly not following that at all.
Everybody has biases against people they think are freaks and towards people they find relatable. Whether
Isn't Nick friends with Rags? Like, Rags is literally like a furry. Like what? I get this shit just doesn't make any sense. If you just, and I'm not like the biggest Nicholas DeOrio fan. I do like his slop content, but like Nick literally has me blocked on Twitter and blocked from commenting on his fucking live stream chat. Like he obviously does not fucking like me, but it's just, there are like so many things that Nick has done and so many people that Nick is associated with that this criticism just doesn't make any fucking sense at all. I feel like this guy is just making rage bait. Probably. This might be just pandering. I mean, what are the comments like? Oh wait, I've been tricked into great. I've been watching. I can't fucking read, dude. I've been tricked into watching another white guy essay on video on Israel. Does he actually go into it? No, I feel like no. He's pretty focused on the Nick shit. No, this is wrong actually. Vaxxed. I mean, to be okay, it does seem okay. This kind of happened to me when I made my fucking stupid fucking Augie video. It seems like yeah, the Nick stands have found this video. They discovered this video. This is good. We could BBs. Yeah, he's just completely getting like, what are some actual is people like actually criticizing? What in the slop? Vaxxed. The lisp. The lisp DeOrio. Also, happy February. Yeah. Happy Pride.
You personally, on average, find
the LGBT community.
Speaking of short shit, yeah, because I still have work.
Be the freaks is for you to figure out with yourself. But eventually, you people will have to make a choice. You can either acknowledge your bias and try to be more objective, or you can own the fact that you're biased and continue to be biased with the comfort of knowing that you're not a totally...
I feel like he's been open, like, yeah, I don't know anything about this Israel-Palestine conflict. I mean, he very easily could just literally repeat Ethan's talking points, but he hasn't. Like, in regards to the Israel-Palestine stuff, he hasn't. Because he's like, well, I don't know. I don't know anything. Like, I mean, that's more transparent than most fucking commentary slop channels. So give him credit, dude, all right?
clueless waste of a human being. But you got me
Jesus.
fucked up if you think Nick and Boblax aren't the exact same. Moronic.
Like, I don't know. In what way? In what fucking? I don't get it. In what fucking way? Because I was maybe I don't know. Can he please elaborate? I don't understand how the fuck they are similar.
Visually unappealing social outcasts who are
Okay. Because Boblax is AGP or something, and Nick is fat. That's how they're similar.
desperate for a circle to approve of them, and
Maybe that applies to Nick because he does. I have noticed that like he was hopping up on fucking Destiny last year, and now because Destiny's fucked up, he's hopped off, and now he's hopped on fucking Ethan, right? So it does feel like he is like at least an orbiter. He's at least like a dedicated orbiter of other people, you know. So I guess I don't know, but it's like kind of weak. Probably would spend 1 hour explaining what a Jew is, yeah.
endlessly spouting platitudes they think will get them that. The only difference is that Boblax appeals to autistic
transgender people,
and Nicholas DeOrio appeals to you.
We're all fucking human.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
No, because they're compromised. That's what you didn't understand. They're
Oh my god, are we gonna give a hot take on this?
absolutely fucking compromised, and they think they think the bad side is right, Ethan. That's why you don't ask for their help.
Oh, so Idubbbz' silence means he's compromised. So are you willing to acknowledge you were compromised when you tried to sweep for Destiny live on stream?
Did he?
We should wrap this Destiny thing up though before we get completely clipped and we don't actually engage with the discussion and look like retards.
He's not shutting it down. He's saying, yeah, let's wrap it up.
I mean, what are we supposed to say? We don't really know what went on.
Yeah, I guess that's
That seemed to be the fucking case at the time. Like, I don't fucking get it. There were definitely rumors. There were definitely rumors about the Pixie shit, but no one knew for fucking sure, right?
kind of
I'm like fairly certain, right?
the main thing. Is like I don't really know what's going on.
I mean,
there. But to be fair, I went back
it's
and I
pretty
watched
obvious.
the
It's pretty
clip.
obvious. Okay. Can we stop this fucking?
And then Chud's just willing to double down on
Sweep
it. But like I could totally see Nick's perspective that like I don't want to double down on this and then have it happen to blow up in my face, right? So I'm just going to wait until things come out, which is like totally a fair, reasonable stance. Chud doesn't give a fuck about that because, well, to be fair, because Chud. We know now it was more privy to the background situation of Destiny's whole fucking shit than anybody else in this fucking call because Chud got into contact with Melina. But I don't understand how this is like a meaningful criticism of Nick.
please.
Like, sure, he could have came out earlier. I mean, I guess hindsight's 2020. Like, now that we know, yeah, like the Pixie stuff was actually like way more fucked up than anybody fucking realized it was. I didn't even know Pixie was in the fucking leaks until like this fucking conversation, I think, right? Or I didn't even know if Pixie was name drop or whatever the fuck. I think that was like January. But either way, I don't know. It's been a fucking hot minute, dude. It's been like literally 6 months. But I guess he could have came out earlier, but that's a gamble. That's a gamble. It's like how dare Nick didn't gamble his reputation and shoot from the hip when he didn't know the whole story. Like I don't understand.
It's pretty fucking obvious what went on.
I mean, there's similarities to draw, but they're not really similar as the guy making it seems, yeah.
Okay, you know what? No, wait. Okay.
Can I just say a thing, please? So the problem that I have with that one video with the Melina stuff is I went back because I didn't trust a random Reddit post with a 30-second clip that was clipped from multiple live streams. So I went back and I downloaded the full context to every single clip that was used. So I have like a 2-minute version of every 15
Are you talking about the clip from her stream that was posted to Reddit?
There was 3 different live streams that were posted to Reddit, and the clip was cut up from like 6 different points into the stream and stitched together. So like the people are pointing to one clip where she goes, "That's not consensual, and we're not going to talk about that. I'm going to ban you," in context with all the other stuff. It sounded like to me for that one specific clip, she was referring to the stuff from the Leafy thing.
I feel like I've seen this clip like 50,000 times.
Where people had revenge porn of her or whatever, or like content that
Make
wasn't
the
actually
point,
her,
come on!
and it was being shared around. That's what I got from that. But people were connecting that clip to the other clip. This is what I've been trying to. I wasn't sure, so I think Melina should give a more clear and concise statement.
I cannot wait to hear how this is just a grossly fucking horrific thing to do.
She wants to even put this thing out.
cannot
This is a very
wait.
strenuous situation. I don't like covering things when I already know all the answers, because then when I
And this call, if I recall, was in December. Right? I could be wrong, but like this was in December.
speculate, I'm lying.
That he had with President Sunday.
Creators are actively participating in this gas.
Wait, we're not gonna wait. What? But wait, why are we now? We're on the what was the point of playing the clip before? What the fuck?
Gaslighting to make it seem like
And now, in response to this rant by Ethan,
Wait, how was that sweeping? He's gonna elaborate, guys. He's gonna elaborate.
you chose to then actively participate in this gaslight.
Remember how you tried to gaslight Chud Logic, calling him Mr. Girl and shit?
What sort of response do you get when you issue, like, I don't know, like a little criticism of Destiny, or you got a little disagreement? What sort of response you tend to get from that community? Would you say?
Me?
Yeah.
Wait, no, he didn't elaborate. Wait, how was the other clip sweeping?
It's not great sometimes. Sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it's
I'm
not
sorry,
great.
I don't care, Mr. Girl. DGG is not nearly as autistic
It's a joke.
as fucking Dark
Oh my
Viper's
god,
fan
look
base.
at this classic tactic
I'm
of
sorry.
It's a joke.
You disagree?
Make it
You
sound
disagree?
like I'm Mr. Girl.
So why should we assume that you're not compromised when covering Ethan? It would be really horrible if Ethan did something unforgivable right now that
Wait, I'm sorry. What? Okay.
you knew about and no one else did, wouldn't it,
What?
Nick? That would threaten your entire position. Because if you came out about something like that, suddenly you wouldn't even be thinking that the bad side is right. You wouldn't have a side at all, would you? I think that terrifies this guy more than anything. So you can keep cheering on the harassment and hate Idubbbz will receive whenever he goes against the grain. At least Idubbbz has the balls to go against the grain in the first place. Because you have provably demonstrated that
Is he going against the grain? It seems like he was very ingrained into like the lefty fucking Twitch poll sphere for like a while now. Is he going against the grain? It seems like he's just doubling down on a side that he was already on, like for the past like few years. Like I don't know if that's going against the grain. It seems like he's planting his flag, so to speak, right? I don't know. It's not really going against the grain. It's just more so this. I'm going to stand with these people because they seem cooler or whatever.
you never will. Nick also finds it horrible.
Because like, I highly doubt he's taking the side of Twitch poll people because he knows a fucking thing about the Israel-Palestine conflict. And if I recall correctly, in his content cop, he even explicitly says that I'm just a goofy guy. I don't know a fucking thing about this conflict. Why don't you, Ethan, just blindly take Hassan's word for it? Why are you questioning him? You're a goofy guy and I'm a goofy guy. Why don't you just blindly take Hassan's word for it? So that seems to imply that that's what Ian has done. So he doesn't know a fucking thing. He doesn't know a fucking actual thing about this conflict at all.
That Idubbbz stayed quiet when CPS was
He took the side because his wife did. Yeah, most likely.
called to Ethan's house. This is so cowardly.
Wait, what happened?
The grain in the first place. Because you have provably demonstrated that you never will. Nick also finds it horrible
Wait, okay, yeah, no, what the fuck did Ethan do that was so horrible?
that Idubbbz stayed quiet when CPS was called to Ethan's house. This is so cowardly. Your friend is being harassed.
It is, I mean, it is coward. It's cowardly to not show any support whatsoever. I think demanding Ian make a public statement was fucking stupid, but the fact that Ian wasn't willing to show literally any fucking sympathy at all in the moment, that is fucking crazy. That is crazy. Coming from the guy who's known the dude who's being harassed for several fucking years now and buddy with. And Ethan has gone above and beyond to help Idubbbz with so many fucking different things. That is fucking crazy that he didn't show any support at all.
And you're staying quiet? What a pussy thing to do.
Yeah, that is a pussy thing to do.
You're a
Because
cowardly
they had-
fucking pussy if you keep following someone that you don't like anymore, specifically because you're afraid they're gonna take it offensively. Like, wait,
Well, let's be well, in hindsight now, it really seems like he was just in it for the clout, I think.
dude, how pathetic are you? You're worried about the
Like Ethan's use as an ally just ran its course and was starting to become detrimental because he was friends with the Twitch poll people, so he decided to just burn Ethan and plant his flag.
discourse of
Like that just makes the most sense to me.
unfollowing someone you don't agree with on Twitter anymore, and you're making a YouTube video criticizing.
Because why else would you get so heavily involved in this fucking shit? Why the hell else would you fucking do this? Like Ian sitting here acting like he was forced to be involved in the situation is just a fucking lie. Like he already addressed Ethan's fucking comments about Ian on his podcast. He already addressed it. It was already resolved. Ian announced his content cop and people were speculating that it was someone completely different than Ethan. Like he literally did not need to involve himself. That stuff was going to move on.
Somebody.
Not only does Nick not at all engage with what Idubbbz is actually saying here, but he has the audacity to posture about Idubbbz.
Well, I don't know. You kind of clipped. Like, I don't know. Maybe I need to go back and watch. Maybe he wasn't listening to what I feel like he was addressing literally exactly what he was saying.
His supposed cowardice for refusing to disassociate with his former editor.
And if this guy ever grows a spine and criticizes anything, they'll start pulling up the Idubbbz 10-minute N-word compilation. It will be fucking hilarious when this happens to him. All it takes is one issue that you care about, that these people disagree with, then you're crazy, then you're unhinged, then you're freaking out, then your pain is no longer justified, then the things that happen to you aren't really happening, they're all in your head, and all this stuff that you've been doing for this entire time has been like against the narrative that you set out to be the person that you wanted to be, and oh my god, it'll be glorious when it happens to him.
Who are you to be so giddy about the prospect of Idubbbz receiving harassment? You have
I love this word. This word fucking means nothing. It's 2025 and the word harassment fucking means nothing to people. How are you going to equate Idubbbz being bullied on the internet by random accounts that he could just ignore and block versus Ethan having skulls sent to his fucking house and CPS called on his family? That is like that is harassment. When you start fucking with people's real life, that's fucking harassment, okay? What has Idubbbz faced? Like, it's just literally just people scrutinizing him, scrutinizing the things that he's saying and doing. That is not harassment. It's not harassment to criticize people. This is fucking stupid, dude.
All people.
He's still spiraling.
You were shaking in your boots at the mere thought of backlash.
And I haven't really been able to talk about this with anybody because I'm at like a fucking, it's a huge risk to even discuss it. Because this guy's got such a...
We're like rubber banding from like so many different dramas. And I feel like you need to stick to one at a time. Like, these are my criticisms of Nick in the Destiny drama. And then these are my criticisms of Nick in the Ethan drama, right? Like, we're rubber banding back and forth to all these different fucking things. It's a little bit much to like just be spammed with a bunch of clips from different fucking dramas, Nick giving different takes on different dramas and trying to say like these are the same thing, when I'm like listening to what he's saying is like, it seems like he's just playing it cautious. Like, is the criticism that he's playing it cautious because he doesn't know the whole situation? Is that the criticism? I don't get it. That does not sound like the criticism that you're giving. The question or criticism equals harassment. It's just a spineless outlook. Yeah, it's just lazy. It's just lazy. It's like, well, I'm going to write off Nick's criticisms of Idubbbz as harassment, so I don't have to actually contend with it at all. Yeah, it's just cowardly, really.
Chokehold over.
I'm sorry. Like, I hope he thinks that Idubbbz isn't above criticism. I hope you think he isn't, because there definitely are valid criticisms for Idubbbz, especially with recent things come to light, right? Like, what got found out recently is just actually inexcusable.
Community.
For what? Speaking out against the third most relevant political streamer sex pest?
So, I mean,
he didn't know the full fucking situation. He didn't know the whole story. What do you want him to fucking do? You want him to speak on behalf of the of Pixie? Is that what you wanted? She wasn't even ready to come out yet. And if anything, Pixie was seemingly getting ready to move on until Beckett and fucking whatchamacallit. Well, more specifically, it was President Sunday, until President Sunday made her come out with all the fucking shit. Right? But it seemed like no one gave a fuck about what Pixie actually wanted, and people just wanted to use this as an excuse to want to attack Destiny. It's like, it's actually perfectly reasonable that Nick stayed out of this fucking shit and just let Pixie do it her way, right? Because she is ultimately the person that needs to come out with that information if anybody's going to speak on it, right? Which is another thing I forgot. This call was happening way before Pixie ever fucking made a statement. Right? Like, let me point that out specifically. He is asking Nick to speak on behalf of someone who didn't even come out as a victim yet, who wasn't even publicly coming out. Well, I mean, we know now that they are a victim, but they didn't publicly come out with that yet. Nobody knew what the fuck Pixie was feeling. She was completely AWOL. And she was hard to get in contact with, right? Nobody knew what the fuck was going on. So what the fuck are you supposed to do in that situation other than wait? That is the most logical thing to do. I don't get it.
Privately told everybody I'm completely distancing myself from this guy, waiting for this bomb to go off. But I don't want to be the one to fucking light it.
Please don't tell me your silence might have meant something.
So Prince.
What? That is not at all the same thing. That is not at all the same thing. It is not. Oh my god, bro. Comparing Idubbbz not defending Ethan for having CPS called on him is not the same thing as Nick not pulling the trigger on a fucking drama where the victim wasn't even ready to come out publicly yet. That is not the same thing. That is not the same fucking thing. Oh my god. Tectone's Court Docs? I haven't seen it.
Simply your concern is that you're going to take a pretty big financial / audience hit if you were to do
Well,
this.
I think
I hope Nick covers this fucking video and blows it to pieces. This is just so stupid. Someone like this making a video like this so recklessly, firing from the hip, you deserve to get torn the fuck up for it. You deserve to get torn the fuck up for it. And criticism. I feel, why do I have to specify that? Obviously, that's what I fucking mean. But apparently, dipshits like this don't fucking understand what actual fucking harassment is.
I think there's a genuine risk that I'm gonna get left out to dry here.
Idubbbz has already dealt with his audience turning on him. It's already happened several times. Remember the OnlyFans incident? I think we can safely say that if it happens again, it won't destroy him. And your gleeful anticipation is probably going to result in you being very disappointed. You, on the other hand, could barely squeeze Destiny's worm jizz out of your own ass before you had to hop right back onto another cock. I salute and support anyone.
I mean, yeah. That kind of did happen. That kind of did happen. It's like, oh, Destiny got outed as a complete fucking freak who almost got a girl to kill herself because he couldn't keep private intimate videos to himself and had to fucking leak it all around to just whoever the fuck he was talking to. Yeah, all right. I've had my fill of this fucking cock. Let me jump onto fucking Ethan's. That kind of did happen. That kind of did happen. I mean, dude, you go to Nick's fucking shit right now. It's literally just all Ethan. It's all Ethan. I mean, to be fair, he's also throwing in creative class shit or fucking, like, it's just all Ethan Hassan. Oh, there's Jar. There was Jar for a second. Okay, no, there's Mama Max. A little bit of Mama Max, yeah. Ethan Hassan Destiny. Ethan Hassan Destiny. Ethan Hassan Destiny. Ethan Bo Blacks. Ethan Hassan Destiny. I'm Alex. I'm Alex. I'm Alex. I'm Alex. Ethan Hassan. Yeah, it's like. Yeah.
God-given right to shit on.
But I mean, like, it would be fucking stupid of them not to. I mean, again, look at these fucking. They're doing really fucking decent fucking views, right? And these are happening. These are like very frequent uploads. He's making decent fucking cash from this. Why wouldn't you do something so simple that's making you a decent amount of side cash? Why wouldn't you do this, right? I mean, it is shameless. It is completely fucking shameless. But like at the same time, like. I don't know. Some people just don't care. Some people just don't care.
On Idubbbz as much as you want. Shit on him.
Wait, so he's acknowledging that Idubbbz was wrong by not addressing Ethan indirectly? No, he's pointing out he's insinuating that Nick is hypocritical for criticizing Idubbbz for staying silent when he was silent during the Destiny thing, which is like not the same thing at all. It is not the same situation, not even remotely. Not even remotely at all. It's ridiculous to compare those two situations.
Make fun of him, rage at him, break him mentally so he starts saying the N-word again. I don't care.
Wait, what?
But if I were Nick, I would be very careful about throwing the coward allegations around right now. Because no matter what can be...
I would say if this video was more focused on Nick Gunt guarding Willie from criticism, I would have agreed. I would have agreed. I would have 100% agreed on that. That's one thing that I do think Nick needs to be fucking criticized on. He did Gunt guard Willie. Willie's first video on Destiny fucking sucked. It wasn't as good. Well, it sucked in the sense that in terms of what I expect a Willie Mac video to do, it did not meet those standards. It did not meet those standards. And Willie's videos are usually pretty good and thorough. And the first Destiny video did not meet those expectations at all. He should have interviewed the relevant people, the relevant parties. He should have actually fully looked into the situation before publishing the fucking video, because even on his and I say this because Willie was on half-baked with Nick and Tom and Vega, and they were talking about the Destiny stuff as Willie was making the video, and it seemed like he didn't even know who the fuck Cherry was. Or no, he didn't know who Lauren De Laguna was. I'm like, wait, how are you following this situation? You don't know who Lauren De Laguna is, right? Now, granted, I didn't know who Lauren was prior to this drama or situation, but it is very clearly he thought Lauren De Laguna was Lauren Southern, right? Like, that's kind of ridiculous, right? For him to be in the middle of making this video and not have known that. But yeah, like Willie 100% deserved criticism for that, and Nick kind of gut-guarded him, honestly.
Said about Idubbbz, a lot fucking worse can be said about you, buddy. You openly lied on
Lio moment
stream to try and shut Chud Logic down when Chud.
Dude, I really want to get into the ACC stuff. Honestly, I really want to get into the ACC stuff. That whole fucking shit is insane. But like, the only good way to get a full grasp of the ACC drama, I shit you not. And this is the thing that everyone is this is the thing that Beckett recommends, Chris recommends, and so many other people recommend, is you got to watch a 9-hour fucking video to understand the basics of the major ACC dramas that have happened recently. Like, what the fuck? I almost want to say I do want to do it just because I want to make a video on Doodle Tones. I want to make a video on Doodle Tones, dude. I want to make a video on Doodle Tones, bro. Oh my god, what a complete fucking bitch, dude. I really want to do it, but either way.
Was being critical of Destiny.
It sounded like to me.
It's just there's so many GLUP shittos. I know who Doodle Tones is. That part's easy enough. But like there's so many other people like the George guy and fucking Heaton and Nezzy Monster and fucking blah blah blah. Like there's so many different parties that I need to fully familiarize myself with before I make that fucking video.
For that one specific clip, she was referring to the stuff from the Leafy thing where people had revenge porn of her or whatever, or like content that wasn't actually her.
But he wasn't trying to shut down Chud. He was perfectly willing to let the conversation go on as is. He was just making sure to specify throughout the fucking conversation that, hey, we don't know the whole fucking story. I don't know the whole fucking story. Chud knows more than I do, and he's not allowed to fucking talk about it. But as it stands, I don't know enough about the situation, and I don't want to pull the trigger on it, right? Like, and that is just, I don't understand how that's not fair.
And it was being shared around.
It seems like this guy isn't willing to contend with that. He's actually, ironically enough, he criticized Nick for doing this. He's not willing to hear out what Nick's arguments actually are, and he's just saying, well, you're not talking about it. It's like, okay, do you know why he's not talking about it? Because the reason why he's not talking about it is like actually very valid. 9 hours is crazy. There's got to be a shorter, comprehensive video. That's what I want to do. I would like to make a shorter, comprehensive video on the ACC stuff. But holy fuck, dude. There is like no easy way. There's no easy way. Here's the thing. I think I need to get into contact with Beckett. But I don't, here's the thing. I don't want to worm. I don't want to feel like I'm worming my way. I don't know. It feels unbecoming, right? To be like, hey, Beckett, can you give me information? Like, I don't know. It's fucking stupid. I don't want to do that.
That's what I got from that. But people were...
It just feels... I don't know. I could, and I'm sure Beckett probably wouldn't give a fuck. But... Or Chris. Beckett probably wouldn't mind. Yeah. But it's just... I don't know. It feels weird. It feels weird. It's like, oh my... I watch his fucking streams and shit like that, and I'm active in his chat. And it would be weird if from his perspective, a random chatter reaches out and like, hey, I want to make a video on this drama. Can you give me the inside scoop? Can you help me work on this video? And it's like, he probably has enough on his fucking plate. Why not? That's why. Because I don't want to feel like I'm inserting myself into like the anti-ACC drama community. I don't want to feel, I don't know. I want it to be natural. I want it to be like a natural, like I want to be able to do this on my own and make this video and have that video get attention, and maybe that would be like the rite of passage, so to speak. It's like, okay, like this guy does know what the fuck he's talking about, whatever the fuck he makes an entertaining or informative video, whatever, you know. I want it to be more natural. I don't want to like sort of insert myself into the community. I don't know that I could do that and probably nobody would care, but it's just I don't know. I'm weird like that. Like for me, I don't like getting gifts. Right? I don't know why. I don't like receiving like gifts or anything. I saw Himpleton reaction to your Creeps and Pockets video. I heard he did. He said he wanted to ask me questions, and it's just like, okay, like you could just ask me the questions. I don't need to like show up on your live stream. Just ask me questions.
Connecting that clip to the other clip. This is what I've been trying to.
He like added me on Twitter.
I don't like covering things when I already know all the answers, because then when I speculate, I'm lying.
Only to confess to President Sunday that you were terrified of Destiny's audience.
And I haven't really been able to talk about this with anybody because I'm at like a fucking. It's a huge risk.
I mean, I suppose when you point that out, I can kind of see the similarity between Nick and his criticisms of Ian. Sure, I could kind of. I mean, there's like a thread. There's a thread there, but it's not strong
to even discuss it. Because this guy's got such a chokehold over his community.
And you know what? On its face, I don't even really care about the sweeping or the choice to stay silent. If there's one thing I can't stand with these commentary freaks, it's their selective pearl clutching when someone acts in their own self-interest. This happens constantly. They're all perfectly...
This is a more reasonable point. I could kind of see this. I want to hear how he argues it, but I could totally see this being a reasonable argument.
Capable of recognizing how creators will act in their own self-interest when it's a creator they want to see succeed. If you choose to
I could kind of see that. I would need to think about specifically what scenario exactly this could be applied to, but I feel like that has happened before. I feel like there have been an instance where someone acted selfishly and no one gave a fuck.
On this platform with your self-interest as your main priority. You will be seen as an asshole at some point, sure, but you still have the right to do that, and as long as you don't care about being seen as an asshole, you're fine. I don't believe in morally condemning people for prioritizing self-preservation and personal gain over sticking their necks out for others. There might be some...
And that's generally why I don't think, like, saying Ian needs to make a public statement. He didn't, right? Like, the demand of him to make a public statement. And I remember Nick saying that. He was demanding Ian make a public statement about the CPS shit, which is just stupid. Like, and Willie was doing the same thing. There was a lot of people that were demanding Idubbbz make a public statement, which is fucking dumb. Yeah, this is a valid criticism. This is a valid criticism. He's just describing confirmation bias. Kinda. Tendency to search or interpret favor and recall information in a way that confirms or supports, I guess.
Exceptions to that, but generally, you're not in other people's shoes. You can't say whether you'd be strong enough to do things differently than they did. But what you can't do...
This is like a way more reasonable point than like everything else.
...is act in your own self-interest and then shit on other people for doing the same fucking thing. This is the crux of my issue with Ethan's demands that Idubbbz speak out. And it's at the heart of why Nick, by all rights, should be getting crucified for this. Because Nick...
Crucified? I mean, it's hyperbole.
Nicholas put his own career first when it came to Destiny's sex abuse scandal, but God forbid Idubbbz put his own career first. And
well, hold on, because hold on. This is starting to fall apart for me now, because after the information came out, Nick was all on board on fuck Destiny, all on board in that shit, right? Because it was just Destiny's actions were completely inexcusable. Completely fucking utterly inexcusable, and the fact he was trying to justify it and trying to sweep it under the fucking rug is just disgusting. But like, no, yeah, this is starting to fall apart, right? Because like it was within Nick's self-interest that he wanted to stay silent on the Destiny's shit before any information was made public about it. Sure, but it's also completely reasonable because it's like, it's the victim's story. It's not your story. The victim has to come out. Well, also Cherry was also a victim, but Pixie had to come out. Pixie had to have came out. It just doesn't make any sense why you would speak on behalf of a victim who wasn't ready to come out at the moment, right? Bro had us in the first half, yeah.
Ethan Klein's dog shit scandal, time and time.
What did Himpleton even say? Because I know the intro is bad. But for the actual bulk of the video, like that's what I'm more interested in when people are watching my Creasing Pasta video. Like what do people think about past the 16-minute mark, past the shitty little fucking ARG dumb fucking bullshit? What past that? What about this information, right? Like, what about the presentation or whatever?
Time again this happens. You would think that after being outed as a total fucking bitch in the Destiny saga, this lip-flapping lardball wouldn't be so quick to call someone else a coward. But no, he got right to business finding another creator that he could latch onto. And nobody says anything because he knows
And Bill privated his streams, though.
exactly what to
He said he wanted to ask me questions on fucking Twitter, and I just told him to just ask him.
say so that the lower half of the midwit community will continue to spend money on him. You just earned yourself another goal.
How pathetic are you?
Nicholas DeOrio
What? What was that?
earned yourself another goal.
How pathetic are you?
What the fuck is this about?
Nicholas DeOrio thinks cartoon depictions of a child getting raped by a horse is worse than a government blowing up thousands of real children over.
What? No! Oh my god, that one comment was right. Fuck! Yeah, great. I was tricked into another white guy video essay on Palestine. Fuck! Oh my god, dude.
Overseas. That's why he went so hard on Tipster for defending Vosh's tax folder, but has very little to say about Ethan's passive defenses of Israel. Now, for
Passive defensive is... He literally called Netanyahu a war criminal. Like, I don't... His passive defenses... It's just logic. Like, if a terrorist is going to commit a terrorist attack upon your nation and massacre 1,000 people, what's the response? What are you supposed to do in that situation? What the fuck are you supposed to do in that situation? Because apparently some retards think, oh, you should have dissolved the borders and give the terrorists what they wanted and let them inside your country. Why? The last time they got inside of our country, they killed 1,000 people and sexually violated women's bodies and decapitated children. Why would we let them in our country? What are you supposed to do? Like the thing, militant action is really the only fucking response at that point. Because the people of your country are going to want justice for what happened to them. That is just, whether or not you agree with it or not, that is just what happens. If a country gets a fucking terrorist attack, the country is going to go after the fucking terrorists, okay?
any of the fucking idiot.
Like that's essentially what Ethan was saying. It's like, what the fuck was the IDF supposed to do after October 7th? And some people dissolve the borders. No, that's retarded. Nobody, that is unrealistic. That is unrealistic as fuck. What the hell was supposed to happen, right? Like, sure, Israel should be prioritizing Palestinian civilian safety over attacking Hamas. They should be fucking doing that. And there are like legitimately genocidal maniacs that are a part of the IDF's fucking board. But, dude, like, I just, it's way easier to give an opinion on a simple, stupid internet drama versus trying to understand the multi-decade long historical conflict between two nations. Like, I'm sorry. I don't blame Nicholas DeOrio for having a stronger take on the Vosh Lolly incident versus like Israel-Palestine. All right? Can we really blame him? Can we really blame him? This is stupid. This is so dumb. 95% of content is allergic to nuance and contextualizing. I mean, maybe I just watched the more competent ones. But no, yeah, I kind of see that, like, with, like, people like a Cheeto or some shit, or, like, Sensitive Society, like, yeah, those people obviously don't fucking think too much.
It's in the comments who are going to say, Ethan has said Israel is bad.
Dude, he's like playing the same the good actions montage. Tipster genuinely believes you can say fucking anything as long as you say at the end, by the way, guys, I just want to make sure that everyone knows child porn is bad and lolly is bad. This guy could sit here and defend the pictures that fucking Shadman drew as
Dude, I really tried to help Tipster out here, bro. I think I think I was still technically in Tipster's court when Nick made this video, I think. I really tried. Man, I really tried to help him not do this.
as long as he puts a little defend Chris Tyson owning the pictures that Shadman drew. As long as he puts a little disclaimer at the end where he goes, oh, by the way, guys, Lolly's bad, so you can't criticize my position on this take.
I've been hanging. Well, there's nothing wrong with it. Tipster's chilled out. Well, actually, he's doing political stuff again. I don't know if anybody noticed. He's doing political shit again. Zelda trans shit. Yeah, he's doing segments again, which is like, I mean, good for you, dude. What is he doing?
It's a more affordable luxury vehicle, but it's a nice luxury vehicle nonetheless. And I used to be really
Careful not to pull up any folders. Tipster. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I want to be nice to Tipster. Okay. I've kind of exhausted my hatred for Tipster. I don't really hate him anymore. I do think the continual sweeping for Keffels is retarded as fuck. But it's like that's the only thing left to really dislike Tipster for, and I feel like that's just not enough. That's like not enough. So I don't really care. You can watch Tipster. I mean, I'm sure he gives like lukewarm political takes or whatever. You know, I mean, listen. In terms of political streamers, Tipster is a fucking saint. Okay, in terms of what is left of lefty political streamers, Tipster is a fucking saint. Okay.
At all whatsoever.
Vosh has also said pedophilia is bad, but that didn't stop Nick from accurately pointing out that simply citing your condemnations of something doesn't automatically erase.
Do you often reminisce on your Tipster bridge? I miss how like it. For the most part, me and Tipster would just like talk about fucking gaming shit and like speedrunning. Like, it was so simple. It was just like, yeah, Tipster's like chill fucking guy. And like, I was looking at people being mean to Tipster and like Bo Black's obsessing over Tipster. I'm like, man, fuck these people. Why do they have a problem with you, dude? Like, you're like really chill and just more or less minding your own business, doing your political slop or whatever. Like, I mean, reminisce is like, I would get drunk and like show up in the VCs of that little lefty commentary Discord that Kelfels invited me to. And then Tipster would just always be there and join, and we would just hang out. And then sometimes Bunk would show up, but like, it was chill. It was super chill. BritTube was horrible PR for left-leaning people, 100%.
Everything else you've said.
Wow, I can't believe that Vosh isn't getting a round of applause for making the baseline normal take after he releases really weird, creepy
Full on unk mode about cars? Okay, hold on. I need to pay attention to this.
As long as he puts a little defend Chris Tyson owning the pictures that Shadman drew. As long as he puts a little disclaimer at the end where he goes, oh, by the way, guys, Lolly's bad, so you can't criticize my position on this take at all whatsoever.
Vosh has also said pedophilia is bad, but that didn't stop Nick from accurately pointing out that simply citing your condemnations of something doesn't automatically erase everything else you've said.
Wow, I can't believe that Vosh isn't getting a round of applause for making the baseline normal take after he releases really weird, creepy arguments for months. Like, that's crazy. Why aren't people talking more about the times where Vosh said child pornography is bad?
So I don't want to hear it. I don't give a shit if Ethan sometimes says Israel is bad. A pedophile can also say child porn is bad. That doesn't make him any less of a pedophile.
Yeah, guys, Nicholas DeOrio needs to make a man channel video about why Israel is bad. He needs to establish his positions. He needs to grind out his moral axioms on this fucking political conflict that has literally zero impact on his life at all. And he needs to stop talking about simple, stupid internet drama and talk about and do research on highly complex, long-lasting, multi-decade-long political conflicts in the fucking desert. I agree.
Hassan has also said anti-Semitism is bad.
Maybe people should just stay in their fucking lane. You ever think about that? Maybe if someone doesn't have the patience for political things, that maybe they should just, you know, stay in their fucking lane and just talk about the drama. And sure, oftentimes, especially nowadays, drama often does spring from political related things. Okay. I mean, we were talking about Tipster earlier. The main reason why Tipster defended Vosh was because Vosh was a lefty, okay? And people felt like, well, Vosh is a lefty, I need to defend him because I'm sides-cocked. But you don't need to talk about Vosh's political takes, like, at all, to criticize him for his actions, right? Just like how you could talk about the Ethan Hassan drama and not have to go into the Israel-Palestine conflict, okay? Because that is, like, so and entirely subtextual to the actual things that are going on with this situation, right? I'm sure Ethan and Hassan, like, I mean, we've seen it. They disagree on the conflict in terms of literally one aspect and whether or not do you support Hamas or not. That is where they disagree on, okay? I don't know if that's enough to warrant having skulls sent to his fucking house, having CPS called on him, and having friends backstab him in the fucking back. Okay, well, it's a backstab. But point being,
But that doesn't stop people from criticizing him as a Jew hater. If there's one thing the commentary community loves to hate on, it's pedophiles.
He really lives this. He lives. He really likes this fucking looping gif of Nick eating fucking banana pudding.
And so anytime someone is pedophile coded, it's open season to go as hard as you want on them and anyone who follows or defends them. Maybe this has something to do with the fact that,
or I guess this is key lime. No, it's not key lime. I don't know what the fuck he's eating, dude.
pedophiles are consistently and
most political wonks on both sides are fucking nuts. There's no objectivity. It's just emotional rage. It's just sides cucked. It's just sides cuckery. Like that. Like even now, the main reason why a lot of people still support Destiny is literally just because, well, Trump is in office. Like unironically, that's the opinion. Like that's why people still support Destiny. It's like because, well, Trump's in office.
Universally hated by all, and hating on them looks really good. Pedophiles are bad is one of those very safe takes we can give, and nobody will care if you press people on why they're being too soft on.
Wait, are we gonna talk about the Mama Max thing then? Because I feel like Nick was like heavily critical of Max, despite his stance literally being pedophiles are bad.
Pedophiles. Historically.
Well, I mean, he could say pedophile. Well, Max can say pedophiles are bad, but his actions like just enable pedophiles to get away with it, basically. But
however, the same cannot be said for genocide. Not while they're actually,
which is kind of what the criticism was.
Actually happening. That is, it's always safer to be against genocide after all the people are dead. That way, you don't risk upsetting anyone you could benefit from in the here and now. Never let any of these grifting shit stains try and tell you that they care about kids getting hurt, whether it's through lolly or genocide. They care about looking good in the public eye. That's it. Because no matter how.
Maybe it's easier to understand why sexualizing children is fucked up and wrong, and having to understand a complex political conflict is harder, and people don't have the patience to understand. And that's probably why Nick doesn't have a very, very strong take on the conflict.
Disgusting Vosh's tax folder was, and no matter how creepy and weird both Tipster and
but he's an angel compared to Bush Jr., probably.
Heffels have been for defending it. The harsh reality is that Israel's actions in Palestine.
Oh my god, dude. And I feel like this is the crux of why this video was made, is literally because this guy is just a fucking Hassan cock.
Whether it's through lolly or genocide. They care about looking good in the public eye. That's it. Because no matter how disgusting Vosh's tax folder.
Because how can you talk about the Israel-Palestine stuff and not address at all the fact that people are being radicalized into supporting child-killing terrorists? Like, how do you contend with that? Let's hear it. I want to hear it. No, I love it. Okay, so we want to talk about Israel fucking Palestine, and we want to harp on about Israel bad, Israel bad, Israel bad, Israel bad. Okay, what about Hamas? What about October 7th? Was that justified? Do you think it's justified to decapitate 17-year-old girls, put their heads on pikes, and parade it down a fucking city? What about that? Let's talk about that. You want to talk about the fucking conflict? I hate people like this so fucking much, dude. Because they will talk about one aspect about the conflict and nothing else. They will address nothing else. They will just hyper focus on the crimes and fucking immoral actions and genocidal actions of the IDF, but not spend a fucking minute actually condemning Hamas and, a matter of fact, emboldening them, defending them, propagandizing for them, and sweeping for them, and radicalizing people, normal people, into supporting them, their fucking psychotic shit. You're also a part of the problem, you stupid fuck. God, I hate these people.
And no matter how creepy and weird.
Because, and I say this, you're a part of the problem because the fact that you, like, okay, people's opinions about this conflict in the West ultimately isn't going to have too much of an impact, I feel, on how this conflict ultimately plays out. But holy fuck, it is annoying to see people just harp on about one specific portion of this conflict and refuse to address the other side. It is so fucking annoying. Because some of that support trickles down to Hamas, and it does embolden them. And Houthis and fucking Hezbollah. It does embolden those fucking psychopaths, right? And it's just, you can't sit there and say IDF bad because genocide, but like no criticism at all for Hamas. Like, it's ridiculous.
Both Tipster and Keffels have been for defending it. The harsh reality is that Israel's actions in Palestine have done immeasurably more damage to real children.
I feel like the Gaza Strip would not be in the state that it currently is in had Hamas not have conducted the terrorist attack. True or false?
parents and siblings than any cartoon horse ever had.
Maybe if they had, maybe if Hamas did an appropriate fucking aggressive political protest of sorts, or even let's say they attacked the IDF directly, I would be infinitely more okay with that. I would be infinitely more okay if Hamas attacked the IDF specifically and they attacked, IDF bases and they attacked IDF soldiers. That makes sense to me. If their goal was to bring justice to Palestine, that would make sense. That would make so much fucking sense to me. You can never justify the killings of legitimately innocent people who have nothing to do with the conflict at all, other than existing within the borders of a fucking country. It's so stupid. Thoughts on people saying that the UN should step in and force a one-state solution and force Israel and Palestine to coexist? Wait, should step in and enforce a one-state solution and force Israelis and Palestinians to coexist? In the current state that it's in, dude, there would need to be a de-radicalization process of both Israelis and Palestinians. I'm noticing from what I'm hearing, and I need to look into this. I honestly fucking don't. But like, if this is going to be a continual thing that's being brought up, I at least want to like counter dipshits like this fucking guy who obviously don't give a fuck about the situation. Now, to be clear, I don't give a whole fuck about the situation. I give a fuck enough to know the baseline of this conflict and know both sides of the fucking argument. But I've noticed that Israelis have been radicalized into supporting the IDF's actions, and that's bad, and that needs to change before Palestinians coexist with Israelis within the nation's borders. And Palestinians need to be de-radicalized, right? But I'm also hearing that Palestinian civilians are realizing that Hamas and Houthis and fucking Hezbollah don't actually give a fuck if they die. They're finally starting to realize that, wait, hold on. You say you are doing this for our liberation from our oppressors, yet you are constantly putting us within the lines of conflict. You are putting us in front of conflict. You are launching rockets and missiles near hospitals and schools, putting our children in danger, putting our families in danger. And some Palestinians are out there. And I think this was brought up in the Ethan Hassan debate, that there are Palestinians that were currently at the time protesting Hamas. They were actively like saying, hey, wait, these guys don't actually give a fuck about us. They're putting us in danger. Right? The whole reason why our whole fucking city in Gaza has been fucking destroyed was because of Hamas's actions. And if that had never happened, like, sure, the apartheid that we were living under before then was shit. Right? It was shit. It was awful. But there was room for it to get better, and Hamas made it worse. Hamas's actions made the whole situation worse. And now everyone's so radicalized, everyone is so fucking heated, and people want to go at each other's fucking throats. And there is no room for any fucking actual solution that doesn't result in bloodshed, right? So both sides need to be de-radicalized before you see any sort of like one-state solution where both sides can coexist, I feel.
But Lolly looks worse. If Ethan was caught with
Lolly, it's way easier to condemn Lolly than it is to fucking
Lolly on his computer. Nick would drop him faster than if Ethan personally launched a rocket into a Yemeni orphanage tomorrow. Ultimate rape review? Are you fucking serious? You didn't even
oh my god, dude.
Try to hide it. I've seen India come up with better knockoffs than this shit. And then you stole the Wiggler too. I don't care.
He stole the Wiggler. He culturally appropriated the Wiggler from Keffels. How fucked up, dude.
If it originally came from Keffels. These two look nothing alike, but
okay.
These two, you're an unoriginal hack. The only bits you have are stolen. What the hell, man? You can't help it. You just have to get your fat, greasy sausages on
okay.
On other people's creative jokes. Even your dono sounds are all just other streamers saying your name because it proves that you know them. Right? Wow, what amazing prospects. Take it from this Nick guy. Idubbbz should definitely step up and help his friend out. Just like how Nicholas stepped up and helped Chud Logic pick up the slack after he stopped orbiting Destiny.
And he was put in a position where he can either eat shit and be hated by that community and lose a huge percentage of his audience, to the point where I had to pick up the other half of the slack and like help him out. right, to keep him afloat.
Nick, the helping hand. I guess you can say Chud Logic is a Nick orbiter now. Not because Chud Logic hog rides Nick the way Nick hog rides Ethan.
Does he? I feel like wait, when was this? 3 days ago? I mean, he says it's like a re-upload. But I feel like Chud was like shitting on Nick for bouncing up and down on fucking Ethan's dick. Like,
but because Nick is so fat, he has his own gravitational pull. I think Nick molesting everything funny.
It's all made by Hellbent. Yeah.
That's small.
I kind of somewhat know about the situation. I didn't watch the Twitter fucking space thing, dude. I almost don't want to care. I don't want to get sucked back into that fucking community, dude. I don't want to get sucked back in, dude. Because, like, number one, I don't fucking benefit from it. Number fucking two, sometimes it just gets old. Sometimes it just gets old. Not what's happening now is a little interesting. The fucking hellbent shit. What's happening now is a little bit interesting. But, it's not enough to drag me back, dude.
Creators come up with is by far the worst sin of them all. You're the ultimate raped, Nick. You hog ride.
Damn, he's the rape.
Both larger and smaller creators than yourself, and you steal their bits.
That's true. No, he does do that. No, Nick does do that, dude.
It's because it makes you look like you're chummy with all these guys who you know. I don't give a fuck if these creators are okay with.
I genuinely hope Nick does watch this because there are like really stupid criticisms in this video. I mean, most of them are stupid, fucking uninformed, retarded opinions, but there are a few nuggets in here that do hit. It's like, you know, yeah, you do that. You are kind of unoriginal.
You stealing their,
which I guess like is I mean, it's a criticism, but I think Nick would just take it on the chin and be like, yeah, I know, I'm a slop tuber, I know, I'm not making anything highbrow. I don't do that shit anymore. I don't spend months and months and months on end researching drama and making prepared fucking highly edited video essays about dumb internet drama. I just stream and chip it up and clip it up and fucking throw it up, you know.
Bits. I am not okay with it, and this is my video. Fuck you. I hate this guy.
Cool. I am gold. Jackson's Ghost Fairly career. This guy's funny. What is his channel even? Wait, what? H3's response turned me against him. Wait, so only a month ago? Wait, he was pro Ethan only a month ago? This mistake caused Idubbbz everything? Wait, did this guy change his opinion like over the course of a month? Like over the course of a month, he radically changed his opinion about these creators that he's talking about? Loves rape, loves genocide. That's a good thumbnail. Why does it only have... It's an hour long? I'm not watching that shit, dude. Fucking hell, dude.